Um, so I think that there are effectively two things that need to happen. I think that Whitstable's extraordinarily good at developing lots of small actions, and I think that generally, do you know what I mean, those happen pretty spontaneously. I'm a trustee of Stream Walk, there's the beach clean, over the time period that I've lived here there's been lots of small actions. What there has never been in Whitstable is a local plan that establishes a set of values which actually start to shape some of the larger sort of structural changes to the town. So other places, it has been tried in Whitstable, it's been tried to establish the momentum to develop one, and in other places where that's happened, they've been able to establish a set of values. Now I'm interested in the value of inequality, and I think that this town would benefit from being more inclusive, to focusing some of the investments or changes in the town on populations who are poorer, effectively. So that's one of the things that I'd like to see. The other thing I'd like to see.
Lovely, thank you. Okay. Who would like to go next? Yes? I think it's really important to have a very orderly introduction. So I really care about Gravely Marshes, and I think it would be really good for XR to link up with those people. I don't know if you have already, but they're really passionate, and I think there's a lot we can still do with Gravely Marshes. Sorry, can you say that name again? The Gravely Marshes.
Gravely Marshes. That's sea salt and marshes and Gravely, yeah.
But it's a really urgent issue, and it's a really interesting one about so-called sustainable development is actually destroying a lot of natural habitat, and the people working on that are really cool. They've been doing it for years, so I think a kind of coalition between XR and other small local groups is quite important. The other thing I think is really important and linked in with climate stuff is the gentrification of the town in general. The 10 years I've been living here, I've seen a lot of it, and I think there should be some kind of, I don't know, some bigger assessment of Queen's businesses, for instance, and all of their developments. I think we can make that more transparent. Yeah, that's
Do you know anything? Is there talk of a solar farm?
Yeah, that's what Gravely Marshes is.
Okay, that's what you're talking about the solar farm, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not, I guess the word solar seems like a good thing, but when it's already on the habitat with loads of quite rare species.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Biodiversity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Additional point for that. It's not simply a solar park. It's planned to have some kind of battery storage, which people are very wary about because they're unsure about the safety of it, particularly because the company involved in the development, they're not actually power generators, they just build solar parks. This is the first one they built with a battery. And they're having, I think, quite a bit of trouble with one of their previous clients, a power operator who bought a solar park off them, because it's not working very well. So there are all kinds of issues which make it very complicated.
So one of the things that I'm always aware of in Whitstable is the High Street, and it seems to me like a good town to introduce cargo bikes throughout for everything. There should be no vans and lorries going through. Clothes should be delivered by cargo bikes, food, everything. I have a friend of mine in London who's just started working for one of the big companies in London, and the nice thing about them, and I'm sure it could be done here, is that they're also socially conscious, that they don't have 0-hour contracts, they don't have any of the messing around that involves. They have proper unions, and that can be a model for other companies around. Yeah.
Is Cargo Bikes a company then?
Yeah, I think cargobikes.co.uk. Yeah.
What do they use? What vehicles?
They're electric bikes because obviously you couldn't. I mean, they've got huge, great boxes that they carry whatever they're delivering. So it's not just it's anything. Often it's post things that vans generally do around London. These cargo bikes are taking over. And I think wouldn't it be wonderful Whitstable if it was just bikes going to Whitstable and no cars at all?
Maybe there's like a car park out there somewhere where the lorries stop and unloaded all the gears. Anyway, we're away.
Going back to the cargo bike idea, so is the idea of it basically we want to make Whitstable more, have like, the idea of like Barclay bikes, but in Whitstable. And so obviously that reduces cars, but then if we're having to use electricity to charge these bikes, it's still kind of
Not if it's wind powered.
right, okay. So they're solar powered bikes, that's what they are.
No,
Or
but
is it
what I'm
like
saying
charging?
is, for example, if I'm on a green tariff and I plug it into my house, then all the electricity that I'm going to be charging my bike with, because I've got an electric bike,
Yeah.
is coming from a renewable source. So it's not in therefore contributing to the emissions.
So then we have to make people change their electricity where it comes from.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's actually happening anyway everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well-
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Add
Yeah.
a point to that is that onshore wind and solar powered power is the most cheapest form of electricity that we have, cheapest form of power that we have in the UK for sure, and I can only imagine everywhere else. But so there shouldn't be any reason why we can't do that, and I thought the message should be.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly the same. For a long time I thought that electricity was kind of the bad guy, but I'm realising now that actually electricity is potentially the way to make things, go forward if we're getting it in the right way. Yeah.
So Whitstable's wanting politicians, so we introduce this idea of, bringing these bikes in and people will just get them. Obviously, are we like it's like a scheme sort of, and then you go, well, we have this scheme, but you also should change your electricity. Would there be more like economics benefits for that, having this new green tariff coming in? And I'm sure it'll probably be cheaper than what they're paying now. If you're saying it's, cheaper electricity.
Only talking about the car, you're talking about a combination of residents riding as well as the cargo bikes.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
We spoke about putting bike lanes, because for me personally, I get really, really scared riding my bike on the road, and it puts me off. I would definitely use my bike a lot more if I felt like I was not going to be anywhere near the big buses or the cars. And then more
But it could, like, as I was saying, like, if it's community effort, they're saying, look,
Good girl, Poppy.